Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Self-Love and Self-Care with Kim. I'm Kim. You may see some cameo appearances by my animal family. My dogs or my cat may come strolling through. If you have a couple of yoga blocks, grab your blocks. And if you don't have blocks, that's okay. We can work around it. Bring yourself into a comfortable seated position to begin your practice today. You can sit up on something, so you could sit up on your yoga blocks if you like, or a blanket or towel or cushion or bolster, whatever you have. And we'll start our practice by stopping, pausing before we get moving. So get comfortable. Close your eyes. Just imagine if there's anything that is stressing you out or weighing you down, that you could just take it off as if it was a jacket. Take it off, put it down, put it to the side for now. Feel yourself feeling a little bit lighter, having removed that burden. You can pick that up later if you so choose. And close your eyes, begin to feel into your body, into your mind. How are you feeling today? What is going on for you? Honor anything that comes up. I invite you to bring in the intention to show yourself some love, some compassion, some kindness, some patience as we move through our practice today. And if you like, you can carry that intention off the mat as well. And bring both hands to rest on your heart, one on top of the other. And just take a few nice deep breaths here. And then release your hands down. Let's start to slowly move through the body now. So you can come off of whatever you're sitting on. Just move it to the side for now. Come over onto your mat. Sit up on your heels. If this does not feel good for your knees, you could take 1 or 2 blocks around underneath your bum. Stack them up, give yourself a little bit of height, so there's not so much pressure on the knees. You could sit like this. And then take your hands forward onto the mat. Now tuck your toes under behind you. Hug the heels in towards each other. Begin to walk yourself back. Bring your bum back up onto your heels. Walk your hands in. It may start to feel a little intense. We're opening up through the bottoms of the feet, which is a part of our back line of our body. So you can keep your hands down on the mat, or if it feels okay, begin to walk your hands up onto your thighs. Keep the heels hugging in. And then bring the hands back down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Come back to sit on your heels. You can bring hands to rest on the thighs. Just pause here for a moment. And then again, let's take the hands forward, tuck your toes under. Slowly bring your bum back to your heels. Hands can stay on the mat, or you bring the hands up to rest on the thighs. And then again, hands come forward to the mat. Untuck your toes and come back to sit on your heels. Rest your hands on your thighs. And let's do it one more time. Hands come forward, tuck your toes under, Hug the heels in towards each other. Either hands stay down on the mat, or again, you walk yourself up. Hands come to rest on the thighs. Take hands back down to the mat. This time, roll up onto the balls of your feet. And you can walk your hands in a little bit closer to you. You can keep the hands down on the mat, or if it feels okay, you can play around with bringing the palms together, coming into our yogi toe pose. And then release your hands down to the mat. Now drop your heels down to the mat. Begin to turn your toes out at a little bit of an angle. You can bring the feet a little bit wider. And then slowly lower your bum down towards the mat, coming into a squat pose. You may find that your heels are lifted up off of the mat. That is okay. If you like, you could roll up a blanket or a towel, tuck that underneath the heels, or maybe your heels will come all the way down to the mat. Take your palms together, stick the elbows inside the knees, press the knees open with the elbows at the same time, hug the knees in. Reach your tailbone down towards the mat and reach up and out through the crown of your head. And then for a moment, relax everything. Let the back round. Release your fingers down to the mat. Let the head drop down. And then walk your hands forward. Come back up onto the knees. Could also tuck a blanket underneath your legs here. Now grab your 2 blocks if you have them, and if you don't worry about it. You can just go without, that'll be okay. Take your blocks up on the tall position here, right near your feet or your hips, and then come up to stand up on your knees. Press down into the tops of the feet. You can have the tops of the feet pressing down into the mat, or you could tuck the toes under here. Take right hand to that right block. Begin to sweep the left arm around in front of the body, up over the ear. And then we'll sweep that left arm back in front of the body and over towards the block on the left side of your mat. As you do that, bring your bum down so your bum will hover above your heels. So you're not going to sit all the way back down on the heels. Bum is just hovering here. And then sweep that right arm in front of the chest, up over the ear, lift up through your heart. And then again, sit your bum back down so it's hovering above your heels. We'll take the right hand over to that right block. Left arm will sweep in front of the body. As you come back up to stand on the knees and shins, radiate the pelvis forward. And then let's take this from side to side. You come back to hover your bum above the heels. Right arm sweeps in front of the body. A couple more times. You find your pace. Nice and easy here. And then bring yourself back to sit on your heels again. Bring your hands down to the mat. Step your feet back, knees back, and we'll bring it into a table position, coming onto the hands and the knees. Spread the fingers wide. Grip the mat with your finger pads. Shoulders line up over your wrist, hips up over your knees. We'll roll through a few rounds of cat-cow just to loosen up the spine here. Lift the tail. Let the belly be soft. Bring the heart forward. Lift your gaze. And then root into the fingers. Round up through the back. Tailbone reaches down towards the mat. Inhale again as you soften the belly. Draw the heart forward. Exhale. You root into the finger pads and round your back up towards the ceiling. Bring yourself back into your neutral table. Now extend your right leg back behind you, about hip level-ish. Bend that right knee. Press that foot up towards the ceiling. A few times begin to pulse that foot up. You need to activate through the back of that leg. And then we'll bring that right knee down to the mat. Send that left leg back hip level-ish. Then bend that left knee. Begin to pulse that foot up towards the ceiling. And then bring that left knee back down to the mat. Extend your right leg back out behind you. Stay here, or if you like, root into your right fingers. Reach forward with that left arm coming into a cat balance pose. And then release your hand in your knee. Other side, extend that left leg back. Reach forward with that right arm. And release. Again, send your right leg back, hip level-ish. Hold here or reach that left arm forward. And then hold here or bend your right knee, draw that foot in towards your bum, reach back with that left hand and grab that foot. Pull it in and then press the foot out into your hand. Release your foot, come back through your cat balance, and then release. Other side, left leg back. Right arm reaches forward, hold it here or bend that left knee, draw that foot in towards your bum, reach back with the right hand, grab a hold of that foot, pull it in, and then press the hand out or the foot out into the hand behind you. And then release, come back through your cat balance, release. Now we'll kick the right foot out towards the right side of the mat at a little bit of an angle. Reach that right hand up the mat, inch or two, and then step your left foot all the way down the mat. Turn the toes out towards the long edge of your mat. Reach that left arm up over the ear as you press down into that right hand. And then lift up that left leg. Bring it about hip level-ish. Point the toes forward towards that long edge of the mat so you're keeping your hip in a neutral rotation here. Can stay here or bend that left knee, draw that foot in behind you, reach back for the foot with the left hand and pull it in, and then press it out into the hand. And then release. Extend the leg, extend the arm, release the foot, the hand, and bring yourself back into your table. And then we'll take this over to the other side. Kick that left foot out, little bit of an angle. Reach the left hand forward, couple of inches up the mat. Bring that right foot down towards the end of the mat, toes pointing out towards the long edge of your mat. Press into that left hand. Reach that right arm up and over the ear. Lift up through that left hip. And then we'll lift that right leg up, right arm up, stay here, or bend that right knee, reach back for the foot with that right hand, pull the foot in, and then press it out into your hand. Release the foot, extend the leg and the arm back out, and then you come back through your table. Grab your blocks again, have them handy, you may want them. Have them along the sides of your mat. Now extend your right leg out behind you. This time we'll bend the right knee, draw in towards the nose, chest or forehead. Press down into your hands and round up through your back. Extend the leg back again. Bend that knee, draw it in. One more time, send that right leg back. And then bend the knee, draw it in, press into the hands, hug that knee up towards your nose, your forehead, and then step or grab and carry this right foot up towards the top of your mat. Right knee tracking over your ankle, press down into that front foot, down into that back knee, foot, and shin. Lift up through the belly, take your hands to that front thigh. Hug the right hip back, left hip forward a little bit so you're squaring your hips off towards the top of your mat. Hands can stay on that front thigh or reach your arms up. Hands back down to the mat. Step yourself back into your table position and extend that left leg back. Bend that knee. Draw it in towards the nose or the chest or the forehead, round up through your back. Extend that leg back behind you. Again, draw the knee in, round the back. Extend the leg back. One more time, round it in, draw that knee in towards the nose, chest, or forehead, and then step or carry that left foot up to the top of your mat now. Press down into that left foot. Lift up through the belly, up through the low back. Hips facing up towards the top of the mat. Let's take hands to that front thigh. Press into the thigh, reach up through the crown of your head. You can allow the hips to drop down a little bit. Find some opening through the front of that right hip. But still keep a lift up through the belly. And then let's reach the arms up. Hands back down to the mat. Step yourself back into your table. Let's take it to the other side. Right leg back. Bend that right knee. Bring it in. And step or carry that right foot up top of your mat. Press into that right foot, lift up, bring the arms up along the ears. Now take your fingers down to your mat or your blocks here. Tuck your back toes under. Begin to slowly glide your bum back towards that back heel. You can walk the hands and the blocks back with you. Press down into that right heel. Pull the toes back towards you so you engage through the back of that leg. Lift the heart up. And then fold in over that right leg. Lift up again. Fold in over that right leg. One more time, lift your heart up. And fold yourself back in over that right leg. And then slowly walk yourself up. Top of the mat again, untuck your back toes, press into your feet, reach the arms back up into your low lunge. Now take your palms together overhead, drop your hands back behind the head, reach the elbows up towards the ceiling, lift up through the belly, up through the low back, lift up through your heart, and then zip up through the belly, reach the arms back up, hands come back down to the mat. Step yourself back into your table position. Extend that left leg back. Bend that knee. Round up through the back. Step that left foot up top of your mat. Press into that foot. Lift yourself up. Bring it back up into our low lunge. Arms reach up. Now take hands to your blocks. Tuck your back toes under and slowly glide your bum back towards that back heel. Walk your hands and your blocks back with you. Press into that left heel. Draw those left toes towards you. Lift the heart up and fold in over that left leg. Again, lift your heart up and fold in over the left leg. One more time, lift and fold it in. And then slowly walk yourself back up. Untuck your back toes, reach your arms up. As you sink down into that front knee, press down into the feet, lift up through the belly. Take your palms together overhead, drop the hands back behind the head. Keep that lift through the belly, lift through the side waist, and allow the head to drop back into the hands. Arms reach back up. Hands come back down to the mat. You can move your blocks out of the way for now. Step yourself into your table. From here, let's take it into a downward dog. Root into your finger pads. Hug your arms in. Tuck your toes under. Glide your hips up and back. Start with a bend of the knees here. Keep a nice long spine. Press down into the hands, down through the heels. Finding an equal distribution of weight through the hands and the feet. And then find any movement that you like here. You can rock side to side. You can rock back and forth. You can pedal out your legs. You can bend and straighten the knees. Just feel into it. What does your body feel like it's calling for? What does it need today? Your body knows. And then bring yourself back to your downward dog. Roll up onto the balls of your feet and press your heels towards the mat. Roll up onto the balls of your feet and again press the heels towards the mat. One more time, roll up onto the balls of your feet. Press your heels towards the mat and then slowly walk or crawl yourself up to the top of your mat. Lift up your belly off of your thighs. Press your fingers into your thighs or your shins. Lengthen out through the crown of your head so your torso is parallel to the floor here. And then soften your knees. Fold yourself and bring your belly to your thighs and drop your head. Let go. Shake or nod your head. Look right, look left. Rock your hips or sway the hips from side to side. And have your hands down on the mat or grab your elbows. Maybe even shake the arms from side to side. And then bring yourself to center. Take your finger pads to your mat. Roll up onto the balls of your feet. So you're still in your forward fold here. Belly to thighs, but now you're on the balls of the feet. And then slowly, slowly begin to lower your heels down to the mat. Again, roll up onto the balls of your feet. Slowly, 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 you lower your heels down. One more time, roll up onto the balls of the feet. And then slowly lower your heels down to the mat. Hold yourself in a little deeper. And then take your hands to your hips, soften your knees, lift your belly and your heart up off of your thighs and come all the way up to stand. Let's bring palms together at your heart. Pause here in your mountain pose, Tadasana, rooting down through your feet, down through the legs, lengthening up through the side of the waist, reaching up through the crown of the head. And then release your hands down. Grab one of your blocks, tuck it the skinny way right in between your thighs. Press down into your feet. Now take your thumbs to your armpits. Hug the block with the thighs. Draw the belly in and up. Tailbone reaches down. Thumbs into the armpits. Lift your heart up. You can lift the gaze if you like. And then release the thumbs. Now take your hands to your sacrum, your low back. You can turn the fingers down or up or out to the side, whatever feels best for you. Hug your elbows in towards each other and lift up through your heart. And then release. Palms come back together. Remove the block from in between your thighs. Now we'll step the right foot back, about a leg's length or so. If that feels too long, you shorten up your stance. Move it into a warrior one now. So begin to bend that left knee. Bring that left knee over the ankle. Press down into that right heel. So we're facing up towards the top of the mat, but be really gentle on that back knee. So if you feel any tweakiness in the back knee, step your back foot in a little bit, shorten up your stance, or allow that right hip to open a little bit towards that right side. Always want to make sure that back knee feels really good. To reach the arms up. Release the arms down and step yourself forward. Now we'll step that left foot back. Coming into warrior one on this side. Bend your right knee. Hug that right hip back. Left hip forward a little bit. Again, being conscious and cautious with the back knee here. Press into your feet, hug in through your thighs, reach up through your fingers. And then release the arms down. And then step yourself up, palms together at your heart. Let's do it one more time on each side. Right foot steps back. Bend that left knee. Reach the arms up. Take the palms together overhead. Now bend the elbows, strap the hands back behind the head. Press into your feet. Lift up your belly, lift the heart, and lean the head back. Zip up through the belly, reach the arms back up, sink a little bit deeper into that front knee, and then release the arms down, step yourself forward. Now step the left foot back. Bend your right knee. Right hip back, left hip forward a little bit, pressing down through that back heel. Reach the arms up. Palms together overhead. Bend the elbows, drop the hands back behind the head. Draw the belly in and reach the heart up. And then reach arms back up. Hands come down as you step yourself forward. Take your arms out to the sides and up. Bring your palms together overhead. Soften your knees. Pull your hips back. Fold yourself into your ragdoll forward fold. And then bend your knees a lot so that you can get your hands down on the mat and step yourself back out into your downward dog. Find what you need here. You can be still, you can find some movement. Lower your knees down to the mat. Tuck your toes under behind you, and again, we'll come back. Sit up on the heels, either fingers down on the mat, or you walk your fingers up onto your thighs. And then release hands down to the mat. Come back to sit on your heels. Drop over to one hip. Grab your 2 blocks again. Just take it into a modified fish pose and then into our Shavasana, final relaxation period. So grab your 2 blocks. You can put one block either the wide way, going horizontally across your mat, or you could put it the long way if you're taller. This block will go right underneath the shoulder blades. And then the other block you can put on whatever height feels okay for you, and this will go behind the back of your head. So you can play around with the height of that second block. You might want it on the tallest height, or maybe you don't need a block behind your head. See how it feels for you. So a little bit of trial and error. You want to bend your knees, plant your feet down on the mat, and slowly lower yourself down onto the first block so that it comes right about the shoulder blades, bra line area for women. Slowly lay yourself back. You take that block behind your head. Arms out to the sides. Palms facing up. A few nice deep breaths here. And now slowly, either roll yourself over to one side to come out here, or you could take your hands back behind your head and slowly lift your head up. Hands come to the mat and you press yourself back up. Remove your blocks out of your way. Lower yourself back down onto your mat for your Shavasana. Feet wide, arms wide. Grab any props that you like here to support yourself. You could put a bolster under your knees or under your back, or a blanket behind your head. You could roll up the edge of the blanket, make a little neck roll for yourself. Let everything relax, let go of effort. And bring both hands to rest on your heart again, one on top of the other. And again, come back to your intention. Show yourself kindness, patience, love, compassion. Then release your hands. Spend as much time as you like in your Shavasana. When you're ready, slowly roll yourself over to one side. And use your hands to press yourself up. Bring your palms together at your heart. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. With love and gratitude, namaste.